Therapy Thursday is on right now in a rainy storm going on around the Bay Area. I'm sorry y'all got to deal with it. But hopefully we can help you with some sort of advice from Dr. Davi.
Yes.
From Meredith MD.
What's up?
From Orlando BGYN. Here to help you at 888-429-0941. You can call or you can text any question. You want to address one of the docs or you want to open it up to the room, feel free. We can give you a good 60-second session. And nurses are all checking in. Appreciate y'all.
And we just renewed our malpractice insurance, so we're good. We're going to keep it real.
Just in case.
We're going to keep it really real. Let's see what we're starting with.
I have one. Guys, I need everybody in the room. Help me with this. I have a coworker situation. Turns out one of my coworkers that's interested in me has a girlfriend. However, at work, he acts as if she doesn't exist whatsoever. He often hugs me in the morning sometimes. Recently, he saw a picture of me on my phone and said I was a bad bitch.
Hey.
Then he told my other coworker that he would love to basically have sex with me only if his girlfriend wasn't home. I'm not a homewrecker. Basically, I want to know why he doesn't care about her and maybe if there's room for me eventually.
Okay, stop it. Now, don't be a homewrecker was the headline. You should stick with that.
Yes.
But you don't know where that relationship is going.
A lot of people do this, by the way.
I mean, there are people out there, and it might not be wise, but there are people out there who tend to try and find. Let's put this in a workspace. They try and find another job before they quit a job, and it's the same way with relationships. They feel the relationship is drawing to a close, so they try and find their next thing so they have uninterrupted partnership.
They're safe.
So you don't know where that relationship is, but that relationship is really not your business. He's in one. Let him do whatever it is that he has to do there before you get involved in it so you don't feel like you've had any responsibility for it.
And at the end of the question, she said, why is he doing this? I would think the big reason why he's doing this is A, because obviously his girlfriend's not there, and B,
Yeah.
B,
That's a good point, though.
Yes.
B, you haven't completely shut it down either. It sounds like you're still
She's
kind
interested.
of entertained. Yeah, you're still interested. So you're still kind of allowing it.
Or maybe she likes the attention.
And you asked, is there room there for you? If they break up, he's going to do the same thing to you, which he's doing to his current girlfriend when you're not around.
Unless you keep him really happy.
That's not necessarily true. They say how you find them is how they're going to leave you.
Yeah,
There's a
that's
saying
what
about
they say. And anything start off with they, some truth. Yeah. All right, let's see here. I got one for the room. It says, can y'all answer me one question? What does it mean when your girl never tags you in any of her pictures on her posts for social media?
Ooh, because we're quick to do that.
Well, okay. It doesn't mean anything shady. It could mean that she wants to keep you locked away from her friends. Because I know people who do that. I know people who don't tag their lover, their guy, their partner, their whatever, because that would make the thoughts that are in their friend circle know how to contact it.
Right.
Like I know people who don't tag their wife or their husband or their whoever's special in their life because they don't want to give you the breadcrumbs to find him, because there are people who would target your partner.
Maybe.
I know people who don't tag them on there for that specific reason. So that might be it. I don't. That might not be the only reason, but that might be the reason.
Could be they don't take the relationship seriously enough.
Not necessarily. It could be, but I don't think that this is that big of a deal. Me and my girlfriend rarely tag each other. It's nothing, like if I do, okay, whatever. If I don't, it's no big deal. Same with her. I wouldn't look too much into this. I think this falls under the much to do about nothing.
It would bother me.
If you didn't get tagged?
Yeah. I mean, if not just a tag, but like you were leaving me out of like your socials in general, and then you post up a photo of me and you don't tag me in it. It's like kind of like either you don't want people to know about me. I would think it's kind of shady.
Yeah,
I'm just
your
saying,
visual picture is there. The picture is worth 1,000 words.
I understand. I get that. But I don't know about the whole tagging thing. As long as you post us up together, yes, I'm happy about that. But, why don't you tag me? What is that about?
Okay.
Just a normal thing.
888-429-0941. You can slide in.
I'm having a problem with my girl. Whenever I suggest a new idea to try something new and add spice into our relationship, she seems more worried about where the idea came from and not compromising to try out the idea in general. Should I keep trying or stop coming to her with new ideas?
If she can't receive it well and it starts problems with you, I would probably slow down on the recommendations, because this is one of the reasons why those magazine articles that tell you, hey, your guy could be cheating if F, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying? Like, they give you the steps.
Yeah, it
those
happens.
things are negative because they plant a seed in your girl's head. You might have seen this in a movie. You might have had one of your homies tell you. You might have whatever. But when you bring it to the table, she's immediately thinking that whole thing we talked about, hey, if your man is trying new things at home, where did he pick it up? Like, now that's in her head.
It's not every time.
But I'm just saying, it's in. Why would you think she would have a problem with it? She wants to know where it came from instead of doing it to see if there's pleasure there.
Well, maybe she would be more comfortable if you said, hey, I saw this when I was alone on my phone, enjoying myself. And I thought maybe I would like to try this out. Maybe that would make her more comfortable if he was just open and honest about it.
There's a lot of people who don't like to necessarily pregame the whole thing with a lot of talking.
I get that.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
but if she's worried, and now
romance gets started and it's time to get it.
It's stopping already. He wants new stuff in the bedroom, which is common, and I support that fully. She should be more open with it, and that way you're both more satisfied.
Discuss it first.
But and be like, hey, listen, I just want to try a couple new things. This has nothing to do with anything else other than I want to enjoy you in bed because I love you. But I saw this in a movie by myself
Tonight,
or whatever.
I'm bringing celery to bed.
Celery.
Yeah, because I saw this on a screen.
Okay.
Maybe buy one of those Kama Sutra books, and then if she asks you where that idea came from, it came from the book. You should have been doing your homework.
Show me the page.
Which
Show
page?
me the page. All right, let's see. What else we got?
We have a long one that we'll try to get through quickly. It says, I need help from the freaks. I'm in a lesbian relationship. We've been best friends for 2 years. We are best friends. We've been together for 2 years. In the beginning, we had great sex. After a few months, it stopped, and I began having to beg. She claims she doesn't have a high sex drive. I got tired of being turned down, so I don't really have the desire to do it with her anymore. It's like we are best friends, but we have this great relationship. Otherwise, she doesn't touch on me and says that she says she loves me, but when it comes to that area, I'm not feeling it.
Yeah. I would go see if this is somebody that you're committed to and that you really love, and the issue is sex, and she doesn't have a high sex drive. Why not go talk to a specialist about it?
We haven't done it in over a year. Ooh. I'm not sure if she's cheating when I'm sure she's not cheating. We are together all the time.
There's sex therapists out there, for real.
Okay, cheating can be many different things. If you're not getting it in a year and she's getting it somewhere, even though it's not somebody, it could be cheating. It could be, she's finding, more satisfaction in video, or more satisfaction in written, kind of ways or whatever. She's getting something from somewhere. If she isn't, then, that's just a misrepresentation. It's almost like a fraud, because when you start a relationship and you started with the hot passion and everything else, and then 2 years in, now you don't want it in a year, that means you misrepresented yourself to get me involved. Like,
well, this isn't going to work.
And you're not supposed to do that when you're in a relationship. That's why when they say starting hot and heavy, make sure you pace yourself, because down the line, you're going to have to keep that up. If you don't keep that same energy, they're going to say, what happened? Why don't you love me the same? Oh, you do? Well, why were you so sexy back then? Oh, because I was really trying to woo you in, but I ain't really like that. Well, then you faked me. You know what I'm saying? And so you got to kind of be honest and keep it a buck when you first get into the relationship. But I would say if she is a sexual being and you're not getting any, she might be getting it from somewhere else. If the shower head is giving her better response than you are or whatever, then that just means y'all got to do a little bit more communicating.
Yeah.
And she says she has like a low drive.
She go see a doctor about that. There's medications and things she can do, but she can't ignore you. You can't be in a relationship with somebody that just doesn't care about you at all sexually. It's not going to work.
Okay.
This comes out of the 813. It says, open to the room. I caught feelings for my FWB, my friend with benefits. Should I tell him, or should I cut it off so I don't get hurt? Because friends with benefits, the definition of it is friends.
Yeah. You're going to ruin your whole relationship if it could go left.
And it absolutely could go left, unless there's feelings on the other side too. I think you should tell him or her. I don't know which way it goes, but I think you should tell
him. Should I tell him?
I think you should tell him, but be prepared for him to want to keep that certain agreement. It's so normal for those feelings to progress. It starts as we're friends with benefits, and then we hook up once or twice, then it's regular, and now I'm realizing that I like you.
I think it's harder sometimes for women to be turned down. It's going to eat her up. And I don't think it's hard to heal from that. Like, you guys hear no all the time, and then you're on to the next one.
That's
if
true.
women aren't used to it, like, that can really put a deep hole inside of you, and then it can affect your relationship. Seriously.
That's the age 14 to 17 pretty much as a boy prepares us for no's for the rest of my life. You know, like it does, because we get a lot of no's. Girls are taught to say no. Even when they want it, they're like, no. Because they got to make sure you really, really going to put in the time. So we're trained. Our no muscles are very tense. We got calluses on.
Yeah, I mean, that's the gamble you're taking.
Right.
But also, even if he's not interested, if you're able to maintain the friends with benefit, I know it's easier said than done. You could you could potentially keep this going if you want to.
Davi's rooting for you.
And I am too. And I mean, I think that's how you word it. I think you word it this way. You're like, listen, I like what we're doing here, and I got to tell you, it's kind of good. Do it like what they call it, a crap sandwich. Compliment them, do the problem in the middle, end it with a compliment. So you say, hey, I love what we're doing here because we killing it. I am kind of getting feelings, so if you want me to maybe handle that, maybe we should cut it down to like 2 times a week so I don't get a little too addicted because, like I said, you killing it, daddy. You know what I'm saying? And so you sandwich it around there and drop that in the middle. Now, if he's like, if he's open for it, it's open. And if he's not, then you've given him an out. Yeah. And then that means, Davi, like Davi said, you can keep the friends with benefits things going if you don't make it a either or. So just word it that way. Like, we are doing great. Now, did you want to continue doing this a little more? Because we starting to get a little frequent here.
I get that.
And be prepared mentally for the no. Oh. And the reason I say that
the no
is because, like, for a lot of guys, the friends with benefits is kind of like the best case scenario.
That's the benefit.
And he's not gonna necessarily be wanting to get rid of that.
Don't nobody want to get rid of
that. Especially if you cool and you guys are vibing.
You guys are such dogs.
Oh, can I tell you what you tell us? It's a good thing.
If he would have hit us up, we would have kept it real for him too.
Yes.
So expect, no is a good possibility.
Have you ever tried to take a chew toy away from a big dog? It's very hard to do. That's how it is when you try and take friends with benefits away. I'd like to not be the person who has sex with you on call, but I want to be your girlfriend and stay at your house and make meatloaf.
Yeah.
Nah.
Right.
That don't feel the same sexy.
Right.
Because you're going from the freedom to, like, you could always, if you are entertaining somebody else, you could always be like, but we were just friends. Good luck, though.
For real.
Can we get an update?
All right. We got an answer out of the 904. I like when we get these. It say, I tried something new with my old man, and he accused me of doing that with somebody else. Face plant.
Happens.
See? It happens. So you got to make sure that you
backstory.
Treat your sex life like you would treat an 8th grade book report. Footnotes. Where did you get this move from? I got it from on this date. I was watching porn and I saw this actress do it on this film.
At 6 minutes and 13 seconds.
Yeah, this is exactly where I found it. Ain't nothing wrong, baby. All right, there you go.